So are you a golfer that 3-wood is the bane of your life when hitting it from the ground? You feel like you set up well to the golf ball, but you can fat it, you can top it, you can thin it, and even when you get a decent strike on it, you get that horrible curvy one over to the right that goes nowhere and very often gets you in trouble. But most golfers nowadays understand that the golf ball is really influenced by where the club face is pointing at impact and the direction or the path the club is moving through impact. But 3-wood off the ground, for some reason, golfers really struggle. And part of it is, I think, the lack of loft on the club and golfers trying to just help the ball in the air. But I'm going to show you a little drill we can do today. I'm going to use a bit of feedback from Hack Motion, which is, in my opinion, one of the best training aids out there, to show you how you can get that feel of how you're going to kind of release the club correctly. And Hack Motion talk a lot about this with irons for this drill, but I'm going to take it really extreme, the longest shaft from the ground, the least lofted, and show what a big difference it can make so that you can stand up to the golf ball and start striking the ball better than ever, hitting it a bit straighter, and certainly picking up some distance. So the beauty is you get your sensor on your wrist, you go into drills, go to release drill. And we're going to start the drill, continue. Obviously I'm a right-handed golfer and we're just quickly going to calibrate. So we're going to get wrist straight, lift the arm up, and we're ready to go. So the key with this is it gets you to stand still at address, and it's actually going to teach you how, when you take the club away, as we're going to see in the app here, that you take it away, and it's going to show if that wrist's in an incorrect position, one way or another, give you that feel, and then help you swing through. Because what we know to be really true is that if, as we're back here, there's too much shape in that wrist, see that club face is wide open, and if we're too much this way, that club face is too closed. So it's really important that we get that feel, particularly in the downswing, of where we want to be, so that we can just turn through the shot and deliver that club nice and neutral. So I'm going to do a few practice swings. It's going to give me some feedback here, and I'm going to see how that feels. See at address, it's good. I'm going to swing back. Now I'm good there, but a lot of golfers tend to be a little bit more this way, and it's great because you can see on the app there, it's giving me some feedback. Now I'm going to run through these quite quickly, and I'm going to show kind of how you might feel it, and then as you can do it a little bit more at full speed. That one, just picked that one up even though I didn't make my swing. Now that one there for me, very interesting, because it definitely felt as I came into impact that the club face had been much more closed. We can see that wrist joint there, not flat, definitely more bowed. And I love the fact that as I work through those, we can see with the app my tendency, which is maybe a little different to a lot of golfers. A lot of golfers are going to be far too kind of extended coming into impact, which is going to leave that club face wide open. We can see, if anything though, for me, I need to feel a little bit more of that through the ball. Definitely for me, too much flexion through impact, which is my old bad one, that left shot. So what I do like now is, like I said, Hack Motion are saying do this with iron, but I think if you're a senior golfer or just somebody who struggles with 3-wood, this is a great little feel of how to release the club correctly, as we've seen again there. And then, obviously I'm practicing on TrackMan, so I would just hit a shot now that my feedback's a bit better on what I'm doing, and just see with the little swing how far I can hit that 3-wood. So it's saying my backswing was a little bit too long, but we can see on TrackMan there, my low point's 4.1 inches ahead, path slightly out to in, club face very slightly open, 180 carry, 220 total, but almost with a very, very short swing. So I'm going to try and just be a little bit shorter again and try and get that feel. Now that one's going to go left. And we can see on the app there, -15, so that's the old bad one for me. Great strike, but definitely for me, I understand that club face is only slightly closed, but my wrist there was -15, and then I'm ahead, trying to square that up a little bit. So let's go one more small swing. Still a little bit out of position, but a good shot. And for me, obviously, we want to be as good as we can every time, but it's trying to make sure that even if we're a little bit out with what we're doing with performance, we can still be much more manageable and hit the ball accurately and hit the ball further. So for me, certainly with the app running there, I just do one little practice swing. So I'm just creeping into an old habit there for me. There we go. Let's go one more of those. Nope, just a bit long with the swing. Close there. Just losing that feel a little bit just because I'm trying to make the swing a bit bigger. That's perfect. And then for me, once I've got that feel, I'm going to put that into the full swing and see what the result is like. And you can see there, picked up club head speed, low point ahead of the ball, face and path very, very neutral. And for me, a big carry at 237 and total at just under 260. So the key thing for me with senior golfers, and to be honest, like I said midway through that video, most golfers with 3-wood from the ground, they really struggle picking up distance, and it's because they're not really aware how the lead wrist particularly controls that club face to be able to deliver the club powerfully with speed, but also maintain that good strike. If we're going to hit the ball well from the ground, we need the low point at the head of the golf ball so that we hit golf ball and then ground. And I love feedback. Obviously, I'm in a lovely position. I've got TrackMan. You're only going to see what the ball does and not always get feedback on how good your delivery's been. But if you can make sure you've got a training aid that really helps you get that feel, you can work on that little release drill and then stand up there and start hitting some of the longest and straightest 3-woods from the ground that you've ever hit.